So we're in Sakura City in Chiba Prefecture, and this right here is an old samurai house, and we're gonna go take a look inside. They have samurai armor as well. And there's like nobody here. This is one of the great experiences that you get in Japan. After you leave the city of Tokyo, you get out here to the middle of like nowhere. This is a pretty and it's not nowhere, it's actually really close to the city of Narita. Let me show you here on the map before we get started. This is really interesting. We are really close to the city of Tokyo. I mean, it's a local train ride. You can get here by the Narita Express, but it's not really that much faster. To the city of Sakura. And this town has a really long history going back thousands of years, they say, and the castle is no longer here, but this samurai area, the samurai residences have been very well preserved, and this is a great way, a day trip or just like a morning trip from the city of Tokyo to come out here and see some Japanese history in a quiet location where you can feel that connection with nature. I'm really shocked how few people are actually here. It is a weekday, but still, I mean, where are all the tourists? This should be a lot more popular. Arthur Vanderley's in the house. Thank you, Arthur. That was the site of the castle. You can see that clearing on the right side. And we're gonna kind of walk around here and get a really immersive feel. Now, I had to climb up some steps in order to get here. We're gonna go to this Hyoza, I missed that there, but we're gonna go there next. And it's an amazing bamboo forest through here. You're gonna be pretty shocked that you don't have to go to Kyoto to get that Arashiyama bamboo forest, depending on the signal, because we are live right now. I'm actually right there. This is in the wooded areas on the bottom left there. That's where the samurai houses. I had to go up right there, and the JR station's not too far away. But you can see it's like kind of on a cliff. It's certainly an elevated area. It looks like there was a castle wall around here. No longer is it a castle wall, but it's. I'm just fascinated that there's like nobody here. Well, very few people here. The temperature is about 23 degrees, 73 Fahrenheit. Let's take a look inside. You have to take off your shoes. So this side you don't have to take off your shoes, but here you do. So if you're not sure, just follow what everybody else is doing. Wow, this is so cool. We're like in this old tatami samurai house. It's really cool in here. It's a lot of tatami rooms. Oh, they have some armor here. Check this out. Armor looks really small. I guess people were smaller back then. Helmets remind you of Darth Vader. So cool. And you know, in the hot summer days, you can throw open these shoji paper doors and you'd let the wind into your house. You didn't have air conditioning, but you had a lot of ventilation. You could sit out here. I could see myself sitting here with Leo having a beer and him having an apple juice. It's pretty cool. I had to duck my head there. I'm gonna put my shoes on. We're gonna keep on moving here. I have some more information to show you. The way to get, there's another samurai house here. All right, you know what? Let's break it up. I'm walking back in this direction in about 10 minutes, but I want to show you that slope with the bamboo forest. This is I haven't been there yet, but we're gonna go there together. when I got here, there was nobody here. Now there's a few people here, but it's an amazing contrast to the city of Tokyo, where Asakusa is just overrun with tourists. You go to Skytree, you go to Shinjuku, it's like all foreign faces now. And here, I don't see any foreign faces. And this is actually the day, if you're in Tokyo, they actually have a festival going on tonight. This is their autumn festival. Here, let me show you. The lady at the tourism office gave me this. They said, yeah, you should stay here till 3 p.m. I don't know if I can do that. I gotta get back. But I just was curious about this town because a lot of people have been talking about it. And here I am. It's weird because I'm so close to Tokyo and I feel like I'm not in the city at all. And because I'm not, but it's just sometimes I forget about that. You don't have to travel very far out of Tokyo to get to places like this. Samurai Forest. Really? All right, let's go. I'm gonna go take a look-see. They say you can observe this forest freely. I feel free. It is free. What are you talking about? Yeah, just a quick look-see. Usually at these attractions, they tell you which direction to go. Like this is, I think Kyoto has a thing that says this is the usual route. I always go the other way, just to be different. I see Stelio SHZ is from Greece is here. How you doing? Beyond Travels is here. Thanks for being here. All right, let me just read some of the history for you. I like the fact that they have it in English here. Most samurais were poor at that time. There were many kinds of fruit trees such as plums, persimmons, and chestnuts in the backyard. They also grew vegetables and planted a hedge of tea trees so they could do it themselves, all self-sustaining. It was a private garden arranged to be connected to their property and their guests. So this is all like fruit and nuts and just being able to support yourself. If I lived out in the countryside, you better believe I'm planting like a mango tree. You can plant plums. You gotta know what grows in your area, but it's really interesting that you know, samurai, not all samurai were rich. Just because you were samurai, you have a special status, a certain status in Japan, but you didn't get, you know, koku, you didn't get money, which was rice at the time, or granted rice areas. The Garden of Kokon Sakura Masago, that's a mouthful. Kokon Sakura Masago is the book written by Zenemon Watanabe, who was the samurai in Sakura sometime between 1701 and 1773 in the Edo period. The book tells what the town was like and how the life of the samurai was like. Interesting. So I guess this is like some of these are fruit trees. I'm not sure. But I like what they've done here. The city has a little picnic table area. That's very nice. I think, oh, here's a well. The Well of Samurai. Very cool. So they used to drink from here until about the mid-18. Anybody down there? I've seen too many Hannibal Lecter movies. Woo! Always wondering. It's Halloween after all. Getting that closer and closer to it. Oh, there's the ladies over there is like walking around the bamboo. Let's go to the bamboo forest, shall we? It's not called a bamboo forest. It's called a slope, bamboo slope. But it seems really impressive, and you have to walk through a cemetery in order to get there. I do like the signs in English here. The garden seen from living room of the samurai house in Sakura. So they would throw open these doors, I guess, and you'd be able to see this. And it hasn't changed much, apparently, since the age of samurai. It's fascinating, isn't it? the way that Japanese houses were back then, again, like there was no air conditioning, there was no fans. What you had to do was you just live, and we know how Japanese summers are. You just had to live through it. Imagine the heat and the cold. I mean, it's not like, I mean, the paper doors don't really keep in a lot of insulated heat, so they had fireplaces in the ground, and you can find them out in the countryside, tatami mats. You can take them up and you can put that out in the summer and make an open space, but you really could take advantage of it. Let me show you a map here, because I don't want to get lost myself. I saw this at the station. So I'm actually, there's actually a walk that you can do. The tourism office will give you a map. And I'm going right now to the left side. You see there's a slope, the Samurai Forest, that's where we are. And then we're going right now down to through the temple to a slope where we can see the bamboo, I believe. This is the train. That was a nice shot. This is the train station, Sakura train station, and the information center is right below. It was funny. They turn off the lights to conserve power, so they're really efficient, I suppose you could say. And that's where I got the map there, and you can see I walk. Why is it so close here? It's creepy. Okay, there we go. So I had to walk up a slope to get here. And you can see it was really scenic, you know. You see the bamboo left and right. It's not quite the same as Kyoto, but you get that vibe. You get that vibe. All right, let's as Crafts Bayou writes in here, let's slope. I do have a map, but just in case. And I did check out the signal to make sure that everything was okay. But look at this old world map of what the samurai city used to look like. You can see the plots of land. These are like given to the samurai. So there's probably family names written in here. And the bigger the plot of land, the better of a samurai, most successful you were, I suppose. All right, let's go in. Oh, we're here. Oh. Hyodori Zaka, the old samurai road. Are you guys ready? All right, I clicked the like button because we definitely need to show appreciation for this. Much appreciated. Here's the walk. The map is really good. There's Sakura Station right there, and I walked across, but I went straight to get here on the slope, and now we're walking in this area right here, and then afterwards, if we have some time, I'll take you up here just to have a quick look, see what's here in Sakura. But it's really convenient because you can take the Keisei line, which is up here, and that takes about 19 minutes according to Google Maps to get to this area. Or if you come from JR Sakura, it takes you about 15 minutes to walk to this area. So again, it's very, very manageable. You don't need to take a bus or public transportation or anything just to get here. And once you get here, you are here. And at 3 p.m. today, the autumn festival starts, which is really cool. All right, let's walk this. This is pretty bad. Arse. Did I just say that? I did. This is so cool. Wow. I don't know if you guys can see me. The signal seems unstable, but you have to pan up. You have to look up. The temperature has absolutely dropped. It is like 10 degrees cooler. It feels chilly here just because it's shielded from the sun. I don't know if you guys can even hear or see me, but the signal goes in and out. This is pretty incredible. It's just a path going down, and you can feel the history and underneath here. But wow, that's quite amazing. You have to look up. the sun just breaking through the bamboo as you walk in this direction. Okay. Oh, all right. It is pretty tall. Bamboo grows pretty crazily. My friend Peter wanted to grow some bamboo in his yard, but it grew so crazy it started to go to the neighbor's yard and he got in big trouble. He had to dig it up. I think he had to hire people because it was so deep in there. It moved so fast. He had to dig it up, and apparently bamboo in the city of Tokyo, not good to plant for neighbors, especially if you want peace with your neighbors. But look at this. I'm telling you right now, if you just want to go to a bamboo forest, you don't have to go to Kyoto, to Arashiyama. They're like in a lot of places, people. I mean, it's just bamboo, but this is not quite the same. But what is great about it, and what you miss at Arashiyama, is you're supposed to have a connection with nature. But if you have all these tourists, and in particular like Instagrammers trying to do selfies, oh look at me, I'm in the bamboo forest, ooh, like this is so annoying. In particular, and actually what I'm doing right now, it might be pretty annoying, but there's nobody else to disturb here except for those people. But let's be honest here, it is what I do, all right? Instagrammers, I don't know, just don't talk, get in trouble. Foot in mouth. Whoa. So now we're getting the slice of like old Japan here. Look at this. That sign looks like it is dated. Whoa. If it wasn't rusty, it wouldn't be cool. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's do a little walk through. According to the map that they gave me, the tourist map, you can take a right and get up there, but yeah, you can come down the slope here and then take a right and then go right back. Oh no. It does connect here. I'm sorry, it's a really narrow road here. Look at that. You have to stop to let other cars pass. So I could just walk right and then connect here. You can see on the map, this right here. This one. There's not a lot to see here apparently, but you know, I think there's a lot to see actually. So I'm kind of curious to see, will this connect? What's it like? Let's do it. Look how long the map is. That's pretty cool. Lady was very friendly. She could speak a little bit of English. She said hello, and then she started speaking Japanese. Even though I had a foreign face, she spoke Japanese, so I don't know if she could speak English. It seems like she could. But what do you need to speak for? You grab a map, and she gave me a lot of information. The festival today starts at 3 p.m. Wow, this is a slice of real everyday Japanese life. Look at the futon out on the balcony. That's kind of air it out. We do that every now and then. Let the sun get in there and makes it all fresh and warm. But we're walking now. I guess this is the lower area on the side of the bamboo walkway that we just came down. Let me see. I think I do have another map here. There was this fantastic, this is the brochure that you can get online. It's a PDF from the city. So I kind of took a screenshot of it. And I said, if I get lost, I can zoom in on certain parts of it. So this is just the map part. I took a picture of it. So we started at those samurai houses and we just went down the Hyodorizaka slope. So we're on the bottom of that. And then I'm taking a right, which I guess you can do. So this map tells me that this is the route to go. We will see what happens. So now I'm at a branch here and it says to go right. So I'm just gonna keep going right. And it should take me up. And if not, that's okay. But I was really impressed here. So the JR train trip, it takes you through the urban landscapes of Tokyo, and then you get into like this. There's a train going by, the Sobu line. There's like nothing out here. I love it. This is what I was searching for today, but I need to get some B-roll shots from here, so that's actually why I'm here in Chiba. Not China, Chiba. For those that are wondering, there's not a lot of trains, just so you know. This is the trains going to Narita Airport. You can see it starts at around 5 a.m., just 2 an hour. And then they kind of increase when people decide to go home to work, go home from work. And this is the trains going back to Tokyo, and you can see a lot of ones in the morning for commuters who live out here. And then it kind of is not so many, and then it really increases. Going to Tokyo, there's a lot more trains. It's interesting, huh? But yeah, this is definitely worth. If you wake up, you're jet lagged, get on the first train out at like 5 a.m. Hold on a second. I guess this way? I don't know where I'm going. I'm very easily can get lost here. Okay. Is anybody here? Can help me? So we left the slope here. Oh no, I don't want to go. I could go this way, but I'm gonna go the other way. Okay. The train was about an hour, a little bit over an hour to get here from central Tokyo. I changed, you take the train, the Hanzomon line up to, I took the Hanzomon line up to, oh wow, you gotta go up this slope. The Hanzomon line to Kinchicho, and I switched to the JR station and got on the Sobu line, which took me to towards Chiba City. I didn't get off the train. It was a straight shot, and got off at Sakura. Yeah, about 55 minutes later, something like that. Whew. Oh, wow. This is the kind of experience that really refreshes me after being in Tokyo, doing like fighting the crowds in the city. Don't gotta do that here. You're all alone. You can even rent that house. Like, population is probably not too high. I do like this, I do like the proximity to Tokyo, so to Narita Airport. So if you are coming in from Narita Airport, you can actually there's a couple of hotels, including an Appa mansion, maybe like a rental units, like apartments or something, right next to the station. Don't know, you have to look what it is online. Maybe spend the first night here, get over the jet lag, wake up early. Looks like everything's open early, 24 hours. And just explore the town. Next day, go into the city, save a little bit of money maybe. Experience quiet and slow Japan before you go into the hardcore tourism thing. Because this area is... Hey, Sared is here, thank you. Welcome to becoming a traveler, joining on Only in Japan Go. I really appreciate that. Whew. All right, kind of winded here. All right, so apparently I'm up now. This is the road that you could walk to get to the castle park, but there's no castle anymore. A lot of the castles in Japan were destroyed, not just in World War II, but in earthquakes and fires, lightning strikes and whatnot. Japan's history of castles, not a lot remaining that are original. Osaka's castle is nice, but it's not an original one. So we're back on the main street here. We take a left, we go up towards the Botanical Garden and the Castle Park. We go right, we go to the shrine. I was looking for some street food or some eats or something, but did not get any. So they do have maps all over, so you can't really get lost if you have a smartphone. vending machine. All right, let's keep going. Joshua writes in here, PVG is the handsomest foreigner in Japan. Really? Is this PVG in disguise? Although, you know, he's not too bad as a dude, I reckon. Look, I love the manhole covers in Japan. This one, it lets you know that this is for water. This is where the fire hydrant is. You won't see fire hydrants on the street. Often they're underground, and they've put the pipes for the water here, and the firemen will know where to go because they have the colored manhole cover there. The festival starts at 3 p.m. The information lady said that traffic patterns and everything is going to be quite different in a couple of hours, so keep that in mind. I said, well, thank you very much, but I'm not going to be here in a couple of hours. I just came to get some B-roll and just walk around because I have not been. Whoa, I love seeing samurai history like this. Let's look at that. You see the samurai, that it was rare to have a camera in Japan at this time. So that's why you don't see so many old photos like you would in the United States at this time period, like the mid to late 19th century. Just they didn't have a lot of cameras here. They didn't have a lot of technology anywhere in the world, despite the fact that cameras are really, people associate cameras with Japan. Let's see if I can get the focus better. Back then, it really wasn't like that at all. So you don't see a lot of photos, so this is pretty rare. That's at the gate of the Sakura Castle. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to find at the end, but we started this stream looking at the samurai houses, which is extremely impressive, and that bamboo forest. But the town's really sleepy. I like that. This is like is that a school? It looks like it could be a school. It looks quite big because I don't think the population is as high to fill all those rooms if it were a school. Probably is a school. Some of the abandoned schools have been turned into hotels out in the countryside to try to get people to come back instead of rebuilding something. They just renovate a school. The problem is they also have to earthquake proof it because if it's abandoned for a long time, it's not been taken care of. Oh yeah, they have portable toilets out here too. My friend Ken in Kochi, in the Nyodogawa River area, he has a brewery down there, and he could have bought a school to put his brewery in, but the costs to renovate the school were just prohibitively expensive. Although he would love to have had the space, he had to pick a smaller place because, oh, this is Kyoto lemonade. Really? What's so great about Kyoto lemonade that makes it special? Don't know. This Kyoto green tea looks better. Hojicha is really nice. That might be more the ticket here. What do you guys think? Should I get a drink? Oh, they take the suica. I don't know. Lemonade's a little weird. I'm holding my suica cards in my bag. They don't, well, not all this is a Suntory machine, so they don't have CC, oh, they do have CC Lemon. That is Suntory. But not all those places are gonna have the same cards. So some of these you have to pick. I get the Hojicha. You have to wait for the beep. It's old school. Hojicha. I don't like sugar. Okay? I like sugar. That's the problem. Can't get off of it. If I have one taste. All right, kanpai, so to speak. I suppose you don't really say that unless it's booze, but. Oh, I love that roasted green tea. The roasting is important because it gets rid of the caffeine. So if it like most of the caffeine. So if you're drinking green tea at night, if I have a choice, I'll always ask for hojicha because it's got that roasted taste. You know, like coffee's roasted, right? It gets rid of the naturalness, the natural greenness when you do have hojicha. You lose that, but what you gain is the roasted taste and less caffeine. Or they say no caffeine, but I don't believe them. I think that the people who, that's really refreshing because it isn't hot out here, but after you've been hiking around a little bit, cold drink's pretty nice. I think that the tea people that tell you hojicha's got no caffeine, you will not feel the effect. Those people are drinking green tea every day and they're caffeinated out of their mind from that natural caffeine. So when they drink something and it has like a little bit of caffeine, it's like not even a speed bump. It's like, so you have to remember, you have to think about people's experience and ask them, so is this based on science? But apparently roasting the green tea does get rid of the vast majority of the caffeine. So you know, I know this because I did not know that. I came here in 98, okay? We didn't know a lot about green tea. Now the Western world knows a great deal more about it. And back in 98, I remember going to an event in Gamagori, just outside of Nagoya, where they were doing the tea ceremony for the harvest moon. So it was in October. And I believe it was October. And they gave us, this is at night, they gave us matcha. And, all right, so the lady gives me, I know nothing about this. They're assuming, I just arrived at Japan. They're assuming that I know what I'm doing. I was the first one. I gulped down the entire jug. It was a big cup. I was supposed to share with everybody, but I drank it all. I put the cup down because it took over my head. I had the cup like this, so I couldn't see the people around me. It's like a mask. And then I take the cup down and I see the people's faces. Like, first of all, the lady who made the tea is a little shocked. She's in a kimono. Didn't know what I did exactly. The other foreigners that were waiting for this, like a sip of tea, a little bit disappointed. Lady had to go in there, remake it. But never mind any of that, because you can fix that. What you couldn't fix was the fact that I was like this for like 2 days. I'm not kidding you. I was caffeinated out of my mind for like 48 hours. I could feel the effects of that matcha. I think it was spiked. All right. Look at the blue sky there. Oh my goodness. And these trees, probably sakura trees. The city is called Sakura for a reason. I think it's a really beautiful place with the cherry blossoms. But we've come to the park. This would be the Castle Park. Let me see if I've got a picture of it on the map here. Yeah, we're up there where, you see where the Wi-Fi is up on the top? That's where we are right now. So this is the castle parking lot. So there is free Wi-Fi here. Hey, and I guess this is where it would be, here, in that shack. You have no idea how many stories I have for 26 years of living here. My whole life here is a story. There's some pretty crazy stuff. Go Crafts Bayou, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, we got to hear the next hojicha. Gosh, if you subscribe to the channel over the course of the next year, you're going to hear all of these anecdotes from living in Japan. Well, you probably have over the series. There's over 1,000 live streams now on this channel, but over that time, a lot of, here's the Botanical Gardens, a lot of stories that some people who watch it, they meet me and they know more about me than I realized, because I just share a lot of the stories that I have from living here for so darn long. I'm not going to show you too much of the park. I was just kind of curious. We're going to take a look-see and then head back straight past a shrine, I believe, that is there. But it's this kind of walk. It's this kind of walk that I think, I don't know, it puts you in the place. If I'm leaving to go to another country, I don't want to go to see all of the tourist attractions. I want to see everyday life. I want to get out into the parks. I want to get out and see nature. I kind of want to get away from people sometimes. This would be that experience. Sakura City. which is sad because I really want them to be successful and I want them to have, you know, a big tourist experience, you know, with the economy and all that. But oh, you can see the castle here, some information on it. So we're here on the wall. You can see here's the plots of land where the samurai residences were, and we're now here at the gate because it says you are here, and you can see the castle would have been right here. I guess we can, why don't we go over there and check out and see what we can see. Sakura Castle, one of Japan's top 100 castles, was constructed from 1611 to 1617. A lot of castles at this time after Ieyasu Tokugawa took over. Successive lords of Sakura were chosen from among the most trusted vassals of the Tokugawa government for the defense of the eastern part of Edo, present-day Tokyo Castle. The remains of dry moats, water moats, earthen embankments demonstrate well that the castle surroundings in 1871, the feudal domain system was abolished, Meiji Restoration, and the castle was knocked down to build army barracks. Interesting. After World War II, the barracks were demolished and the castle ruins became Sakura Castle Park in 1983. Good year. I remember 83 pretty well. I was 9. Oh, look at this. We get a tea ceremony room. Bronze statue of Hota Masayoshi. And this is where the castle used to be. So go straight, left, right. How hard could that be? We're not going to get lost. No. It says here, clean up your dog poop. So bring a bag and make sure you don't leave your doggy doo-doo behind. Craig Kawaguchi's in the house. John, thanks John, putting Sakura on my list for the next trip. Well, that's great, Craig. I think this is so close and so convenient between the airport and the city of Tokyo. It's almost like a no-brainer to stop here on your first day. If you're coming here like at 11 a.m. Going into the city, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Why not just stay here, wake up early with your jet lag, walk around this place, because you're starting to see it's a very walkable area. And then, you know, thing. I heard that. It's okay. It's okay. I'd make fun of me too. I'm walking around with a stick, like a dude going like this talking. Yeah, you know, it's a really good stopover. I want you have to think about your trip practically. Just either if you're going back or you're coming, the first thing you want to do to get off of a flight is to take a shower and to kind of unload a little bit, get some, you know, maybe you ate too much on the flight, kind of want to walk around, get some exercise. That's this area here. And right now the signal's not too good, so that's not a good sign for this live stream. Signal's gonna go in and out, folks. We're just out in the countryside, blocked by a lot of old history, I think. I could see renovations coming and building up a kind of a stopover for tourists. I see a lot of potential for Sakura, you know? It's just a quiet, it's like a blank sheet of paper. All right, there's something over here. Let's go off-road. Hopefully the connection, including, whoa, look at that big spider web. Look at that big spider web. Oh, it's a creepy looking spider up there. All right, it's a view. It shows you it's a view where they don't have a lot of much out there, which is perfect. The castle's over there. The signal's not good. It's really dying down, so we're just gonna head back now. Might have to do some editing to this later. Watch your step. I do appreciate the signs in English and the thought, oh, look at that creepy spider. Do you see it? He's like the bumblebee variety. He's got, it's hard to see, he's got black and yellow. Oh, he can jump on my back. Ooh! I'm city folk. I know my wife is. She sees like a bug, runs away, full speed, but the expression on her face is what you remember the most. It's pretty good. That's a flyby. All right, we're gonna be walking now towards a shrine. Hope you guys stick with me. Stick with me. Share this experience with you. The signal was not good in there. I could tell I was losing you. But that's the Sakura Castle Park, for the record. Boom. There's the sign. The Sakura Castle Park. There you go. John writes in here, go blow. Why would you write that? I have a different spelling for the state. Oh, you gotta love football rivalry. You guys are gonna have a really tough season. I don't need to say anything at all. Just finger crossed that Buckeyes beat those Oregon team on Saturday. I'll be trying to watch. It's not easy to see college football in Japan. Not just because of the time difference. That's really interesting. I don't know if it's something to talk about, but I'll keep it to myself. Use good judgment. Oh, ginkgo tree. Oh, ginkgo tree. Ugh. Ah, ginkgo berries. Yuck. Ugh. Smells like BO, like acidic BO, which is the opening to the Botanical Garden. Looks really nice. Botanical Garden of Everyday Life, part of the National Museum, fosters 6 items. Let's have a look in here. I don't have a lot of time. I love how the door handles remind you of something other than door handles. You really should think about that. But it looks like a real pretty place. You'll find vending machines just about everywhere, including in the middle of here, which is pretty cool. All right, signal is not the greatest. So I gotta get back this afternoon, do some editing. Yeah, I've been getting out the videos on the main channel. I hope you guys are liking it. The last one was me dressing up like Joey Tribbiani in the thumbnail, showing you clothing rental service so you could leave your bags behind. It was a sponsored job. I put the markup at the top saying this is a paid job because they asked me if I wanted to do this. I said, heck yeah, I'm real curious about this thing, and it was really enlightening. the thing I took away was that I'm kind of happy that they are thinking about this kind of stuff. I don't know if anyone's going to use it, but I would hope so, because I'd like to see the service continue, maybe just out of curiosity. I think it's about $60. I think that 6,000 yen was like $35 or something like that, $40 for 2 weeks of clothes. So I think it just depends on the kind of person you are. But for me, what I learned was Hokkaido is really chilly in September in Asahikawa. You need a light jacket. 2, I don't look that bad in semi-dressy clothing. I should probably do it a little bit more. I don't do that. That was not. I learned a little bit about myself from it, and it was a cool episode. Leave me a comment on the videos, guys. I love to hear from you. Just anything. Ask me a question. This episode is approaching 200,000 views in the first 6 days, and I love the questions and the comments I'm getting from this as well. So let me know what you think. And that's the great thing with the social media. I'm reading the comments, even the bad ones. There aren't that many. You'd be surprised. But when the bad one comes in, I sometimes try to give a cheeky response. So you can get yourself in trouble. Goran Brothers has gone downhill real fast, so I don't promote them. Crafts by you. Goran Brothers has gone, like how clothes, if you look at them from 10 years ago to today, it's all like cheaply made and not really good anymore. That's Goran Brothers for you. They're focusing on trucker hats, and so all the quality hats that the grandfather used to make have become like really poor quality. They used to make the flat caps in the United Kingdom, and it was shaped better. There was more attention to the details. I think it was just really old school. I think they had it in one of the places where the airports are in London, outside of London. They were making the hats there, and then they decided to cut costs, cut corners, save money, and they charge the same amount for a hat that's a third of the quality. How could you do that? So it's heartbreaking. Stamstead, I think, or can't remember. Gluten. I can't. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been in London. I don't really go into brands, so I don't know. I seem to have a lot of LL Bean stuff, but even there, they've gotten into the cheap, fast fashion. So guys know. All right. I don't know. Guys know. If you're over the age of, I guess they're trying to groom the next generation. They gave up on the Gen X and they're going to millennials. We know good material, because if you grew up in the 70s and the 80s, like, you had jeans were jeans, man. Now jeans are like made of paper and they fall apart and they start frizzing real fast. Back then, jeans and dungarees and clothing, man, they were made really well. They were made in the US or in Japan back then. Nowadays, I don't know, they're finding ways to add in all sorts of weird materials. So just the quality goes down, and that's the problem with the hat. That's the problem with a lot of the things that LL Bean makes now. And they don't know their customers too well. It's like they hire some, college kid, save money. They have these unique ideas, but it doesn't match the clientele. People just want, like, if they didn't change anything, I probably would every year just buy the same shirt, a new one. But they keep changing the colors and the styles and stuff. And what you have to do is you have to buy 3 pairs of everything. If you like it, you buy 2 pairs as a backup. You have to put it somewhere. So like 10 years later, you've got a brand new shirt from an era that you liked. It's not like fashion's changing that much. This is where we came up from the hill. We're gonna go instead this time go straight and take a look more of the city of Sakura and run down my battery. These cars, see that Honda car? These boxy cars are the #1 cars in Japan. I found this out. Look at this little truck. That's awesome. You can haul stuff all day. What's it called? The N-Box. Honda makes the N-Box, which is the #1 selling car in Japan for like 15 years. You can't get that here. This place looks abandoned, and yet it isn't. You the K cars. I'm getting more efficient now. They're getting a little bit more. I think the criteria for K car, a little bit bigger the engine now, and so the standards have changed just a little bit. Good stuff for the consumers. You actually don't need all the power. Look up here, you see this? Up above, these Chochin lanterns, that's for the festival that's gonna start at 3 p.m. Not too long from now. All right, picture. History. It's in English here. Sakura Machi, Chiba-ken, Japan, Dr. H. Hamano Sais Hospital. Wow, that's like a Edo period hospital run by Dr. Hamano. Interesting. So many small towns in Japan that have these ancient histories, but just the population is decimated by the demographic shift. People not having kids and stuff, or kids just leaving and leaving things abandoned. And now you see potential in some of these older cities. It's mostly Westerners who are coming now here buying a lot of the Akiya. But just to put a little bit of a asterisk next to it, I really think that you should stop and consider whether or not you really want to do that. You should probably visit Japan and get to know the country before you decide that you want to move here. Like, really get to know Japan, because the experience, I had a live stream about maybe about 3 weeks ago where I got the saddest comment in the world. Did you see that? I just read a comment and I tried to respond to it. It was a book that this person wrote, and I believe they deleted the comment. But there's so much truth in that I had to address it. Truth in the feeling that this person had, that a lot of people feel the same way. But you can't just move to a foreign country. It's not done the same way that your country is run. It's run in a completely, I want to be mindful of people. It's done in a completely, Japan is run in a Japanese way. It's not like America. So a lot of the things for daily life, you who are visiting Japan have to change. But I don't know what it is, but a lot of people who do move here, too many, not everybody, they don't want to change. So, I mean, how are you going to assimilate into a foreign country with a history that goes back thousands of years, a proud ancient history, and you're feeling like you don't fit in? Of course you don't fit in. You have to find, they're very famous here in Sakura for this. I'm kind of glad that I made the walk here. Sakura means cherry blossoms, and here's a cherry blossom mailbox. That's really cute. All right, let's walk over there. Just get a quick look. See, I think the festival's gonna be starting up here too. I see some more people in kimono. That's so cool. Look at the cat down there. Wow. That's nice. Painted in the beautiful pink color of the sakura trees. The Somei Yoshino are actually white, but maybe the ones here are different. Like, there's already photographers lining up for the autumn festival. So the old samurai houses, you can see the sign here. Down there in that direction. I just wanted to go take a quick look-see at this shrine. This is where the festival's being held. You can see the Omikoshi. Oh wow, they got something's happening soon. I feel like I should stay for the festival. people coming in here. You can wash your hands over there and go pray, but it doesn't look like a great time to go to visit the shrine. So it's very, very local. There's like no tourists there. I love it. I love it. Across the street here. Oh, there's another portable shrine over there. Game Night Arcade is here. Hey, had a random question. I will be vending at a convention in April at Makuhara Meisei, the great convention area, and was wondering if you knew of any of the required licenses or documents. Actually, I don't. You know what you could do? In your country, there's a JNTO, Japan National Tourism Organization. You can ask them. There's a lot of resources where you can ask questions. That would be one of them. And you can also reach out to the convention organizers. If you do it by email, it gives them a chance to translate it also, if they can't speak Japanese. So sometimes email is better than calling, but they really will make an effort 90% of the time to try to help you out. But I don't know about the documentation for that. I wish I could help you a little bit more. But try calling JNTO. They have offices in many countries around the world. And there's a toll-free number that very few people actually use. So when they get the phone rings, they're like, wow, we've been waiting all day for your call. How can I help you? So, I mean, maybe they will find a way. Or what I found is that they will go out of their way to try to find a way to help you. That's in itself a really good thing. Wow, you see locals coming up here for the festival starting in a couple of hours. All right, let me check the map. Haven't done this in about 30 minutes. So we're now walking down. So it looks like I should take a right and a left. And I'm back at the samurai houses, so that's what we're gonna do. This is a very thorough experience of, I guess this is just a driveway. My instincts are to go straight though, but after seeing the map, maybe it dead ends as it sort of does. All right, goodbye to you'll see this if you come this way. There's the shrine up there and we're going down. I'm glad that I did come today. I'm glad that you guys are here with me too. Hitting the like button and leaving a comment. Sounding off where you guys are watching from, all the other viewers that are watching this live. There's an actual conversation with other people watching this. So I don't always have to look at the live stream. I know that a lot of you are communicating with each other, helping each other, get questions, sometimes insulting each other, which is not so often because we have some good moderators. But, I've got some in Puerto Rico here. Awesome. America, Louisiana. The great Joe Burrow from Ohio. I hated seeing him go. I was following him all through high school. And then he got beat out by Dwayne Haskins and went to LSU and did an amazing job, as Joe Burrow always does. Look at this lantern, so you can see. You can hear the fue, the flute, in the distance. So the festival's starting over there at the shrine. I wish I could stay. I gotta get back. East Netherlands, Philippines, California. We're already around the world right there. Thanks guys for sharing where you're from. Toronto. Home of the second highest freestanding tower in the world after the Tokyo Skytree. Mexico, Manila. Long Beach, California. Wow, Seattle. Ireland. I remember about 20 years ago, everybody had Seattle Mariners gear from Ichido there, and now everybody has Dodger blue. It's weird how fast things change. Okinawa, Australia, Singapore. Awesome. LA. Hey, Daryl. Oh, I'm getting a suntan now. I can feel it hitting me. It's nice. With the winter and the fall coming, it's nice to soak in a little bit of vitamin D here. Because the last week we've had all like rain and clouds and a real cool weather, and it's nice to be able to come out here, kind of decompress from a week indoors. I got those 2 videos out real quick, and I have to get back into the grind of things. Try to get a couple more out this month would be ideal. Look at that big property. It's for sale. This land is for sale. What? Imagine what you could build here. The only in Japan amusement park. Maybe not a lot of space for that. I'm sure the neighbors wouldn't like that. Oh. Bumblebee. I'm not afraid of bees. Bees can smell fear. I read that once, and I don't fear them. I'm bigger. You can see the festival. The festival is starting soon. All right, why don't we end where we started? I'm just gonna take you a little ways here to the samurai house, and I'm gonna show you the house that was next door that we didn't see yet. So we'll end where we started. Sakura Town, so far, I'm pretty impressed. I like the fact that it's super chill. Almost no foreign tourists, almost none. And this is a day of a festival, and there's like almost no foreign tourists. And it's like almost no people. It is Friday, it is a weekday, but I'm just really shocked. How I feel like I'm far from Tokyo, and yet I'm just less than an hour away. That's crazy. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, how have people not found this place? It's certainly a hidden paradise. But those Toyota Rises are everywhere. It's like a micro SUV. That's the car that I usually rent from Tokyo, Toyota Rent-A-Car. There's a lot of good space in the back. They're fun to drive because it's a little bit higher off of the road. They get about 18 to 20 liters per 18 to 20 kilometers per liter of gas, which makes no sense to Americans, so you got to do the conversion, but that's actually pretty good. What is it? How many liters in a gallon? 3.2 or something? And 5K is 3.1 miles, so do the conversion. All right, the samurai houses are right there. Konnichiwa. That's how countryside I am. They looked, they saw I wasn't Japanese, and then they started to smile and laugh. Do they not see that many tourists here? I guess it's Asian tourists, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I was supposed to pay. Oh, I didn't do that yet. Okay. It's 250 yen. Saturday holidays are free. I don't know, maybe it's free today. Konnichiwa.
日本語大丈夫ですか？
日本語、そうですね。英語あれば嬉しい。ないよね。大丈夫。
日本語でいいですか？
日本語で大丈夫です。はい。
今ここにお客様いらっしゃいますね。はい。武家屋敷と言いますね。武家屋敷は横並びの3棟合わせて武家屋敷と言います。お一人250円いただきます。で、他に掘ったてとか順天堂とか行かれる料亭があれば3館共通券というのがお買い得で100円お買い得になります。でもちょっと離れたところにねございまして、武家屋敷、掘ったて、順天堂、遠いんですね。
じゃあまた来ますね。じゃあ今回これだけ。
ここだけで。はい。日本語上手ですね。
とんでもない。
はい。じゃあ250円ですね。 はい、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
じゃあ見方の説明をですね、させていただきます。
はい。
見方のご説明ですね。
はい。
今ここにいらっしゃいますね。
はい。
今見えますのが河原家と言います。河原家は上に上がりません。外からのみのご見学です。
はい。
正面に見えます土間がありますけれども、そこは通り抜けてよろしいです。はい。一旦外出ていただいて右に曲がっていただきますと田島家の門が開いてまして、入っていただいて田島家と武井家ご覧いただきます。ここ靴を脱いで中ご見学できます。
わかりました。
裏庭でつながってます。
後ろから行けるですね。ここから。
そうですね。で、ここ締め切ってありますので、ここ入っていただいたらまた田島から出てください。
わかりました。
右に1分ぐらい歩いたところに竹林の日和があります。
地図持ってる。はい。そうですか。はい。
それですね。はい。で、よろしくお願いいたします。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。すごい上手ですね。
とんでもない、ありがとう。Here's the ticket. Actually, I went in and I didn't buy the ticket because it didn't say exactly clearly what it was. Oh, this is really cool. Look at this. So you can't go in there, but there's places, and it's marked in English like no entry. So just keep that in mind. But there are places where you can walk, and the other place you can go inside, which we did at the start, but you have to take off your shoes. Whoa! So this is a wonderful example of like old samurai era. You could see this is like I guess this would be the kitchen. You'd have things stored, maybe funazushi. You'd have some meat or rice or something in these things, and then here would be the kitchen. You got some fire going on here, so you're cooking. It looks like a kamameshi, maybe like a kama, which is a pot, some rice in there. These are certainly look like rice cookers. There's some fish, some tools. Interesting. So you get a glimpse into the old samurai life. You didn't get this at the first house that I started the live stream at, but it's interesting to see it right now. I like this. Let's go outside this way. Here's the well, and again, there's 3 houses including in this ticket. You can get one for all of them, but there's a little bit of separation between the houses. It does have a Ghibli feeling. You got that right. This might be the outhouse, the toilet, or is this the bath? I really don't know. Let's see. It looks like it could be the bath. Oh yeah, this is the bath. Hold on. So they would sit and you'd have to bring your knees in, but this is where the hot water is. So you take the bath and I guess you would wash your body over here and then get in so you could use the same water. You didn't have to waste the heat. If you can clean your body before you get in, then everybody can use the same hot water and enjoy that, because heating water requires energy and money and effort, and that's why Japan has these public baths. So historically, interesting. So you can see everything is made of wood. Got a little bit of metal, but mostly wood. And this is kind of a shame here. It looks like some tourists have carved their name into there. That's not really nice. Yeah, in samurai, they had accountants, they had business. So it looks like maybe their business was being run around here, perhaps. Like it looks like offices, or don't really know. I no IKEA here. Crafts by no IKEA. But I think this is so worth the day trip, or just half a day trip to come here to see this kind of stuff. Again, I could see myself sitting here eating a bento one day as a samurai. If I take a time machine, probably will be beheaded. Because Japan was closed to foreigners. Just keep that in mind before you get in this. Before you get into the time machine, just remember that Japan was a closed country, and if you were an outsider, you were just like destroyed until the Meiji Restoration. During the Edo period, foreigners could not come here. John Manjiro's story, if you haven't seen it, check it out on my channel. Japan's most unsung hero. Without him, I don't think Japan would have navigated. The U.S. probably would have gotten into war. there you go. All right, guys, that's all that I got for you. I hope this is a really good overview of Sakura City, gives you an idea of what's here, and perhaps you want to put this on your itinerary. If you're coming from Narita Airport, gives you a chance to decompress from that flight, perhaps. And there's a couple of much more affordable hotels not too far away. And again, you get to, in the morning, grab some history, because once you leave here and you go into the city of Tokyo, you are fighting with all the other tourists. You don't have to do that here, and that's pretty cool. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I'll see you in another episode, probably tomorrow. By the way, I'm planning to go to Nikko. I haven't been there in the live stream yet, so I'll be taking you with me, and maybe we'll see a couple of familiar faces. But I do plan, if it works out, tomorrow morning, take you to Nikko for a trip up there to go see the shrine in the area. As I try to get B-roll for a show I'm doing. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Mata ne. Back to Tokyo I go.